Hi, my name is Jacob Trillo, and this is my presentation on Bombas. Now, first, let's talk about the table of contents. So what we're going to get into during this presentation is going to be the structural limitations, strengths, mission traps, financial reality check. We're going to rethink the model, and then we're going to talk about expanding the mission. So first, structural limitations. Now, I'll start with the limits built into the Bombas model. And those limitations are, since donations only happen when a product is sold, their impact is capped by sales volume. And because they focus mainly on socks, underwear, and shirts, they're helping immediate needs but not addressing the deeper causes of homelessness. So there's a ceiling on both reach and long-term change. Now let's talk about the strengths. And to be fair, Bombas does have some real strengths. Their mission connects with customers and people that feel good whenever they know that their purchase directly helps someone. And that's one of the emotional appeals that drives loyalty, and it's one of the reasons Bombas carved out such a strong position in a crowded basics market. Okay, let's get into the mission trap. So, this is where things get a little bit complicated. Because they tie their identity so tightly to homelessness, the brand ends up depending on the problem staying visible. Even unintentionally, it creates tension because their success is linked to an issue they ideally want to reduce. Now let's give them a financial reality check. So here I weighted each of what I believe are their issues, and these are weighted from the most important to least important. And financially, they've exposed themselves to a few major risks, and the biggest is that consumers might want to stop paying premium prices, which is 35% of the total risk. Economic downturns amount for another 30%. Since people cut back on non-essential basics, 20% comes from their high R&D production costs. And the last 15% comes from the fact that donations drop whenever sales drop. And these numbers are not super accurate. I don't know why they're all jumbled up like that. But let's go to the next slide. Let's rethink the model. So one way to stabilize things is to loosen the strict one-to-one structure. And how they can do that is by mixing in foundation partners or set an annual donation plan. And that would give them consistent impact without putting all the pressure on sales growth. Now let's talk about expanding the mission. So lastly, expanding their mission could help them create bigger long-term change. And this could mean investing in job programs or mental health support or housing initiatives or even sustainability efforts like textile recycling. It lets them stay true to who they are, but with a wider lens and more lasting impact. So that's my presentation, and thank you so much.